She was broke, heartbroken, and standing in the pouring rain outside a rundown gas station in rural Tennessee when she first saw him. A skinny German shepherd, ribs showing, limping badly on a back leg that was swollen and bleeding, tied to a rusty pole with baling twine. A handwritten cardboard sign leaned against his paws, $5 can't keep him no more. The man in the pickup truck wouldn't even look at her when she asked what happened. Hit by a car 2 days ago. Vet wants $500 I ain't got. Take him, or he goes to the dump. $5. That was literally every penny she had left after her boyfriend cleaned out their apartment and disappeared. She stared at the dog. The dog stared back with eyes so dark and exhausted they looked almost human. Something inside her cracked. She handed over the crumpled bill. The man cut the twine and drove off without another word. She knelt in the mud, rain streaming down her face, and whispered, "Okay, boy. Looks like it's just you and me now. If you're already feeling that tug in your chest, hit that subscribe button real quick so you never miss stories like these. We've got a new one every week that'll wreck you in the best way." Her name was Kaylee, 26 years old, and she had exactly 37 cents left in her bank account after buying that dog. She named him Soldier because even half dead, he stood straight and proud like he was still on duty. She carried him to her beat-up Civic 90 pounds of wet, shivering muscle, and drove the 40 miles home praying he wouldn't bleed out on the seat. The emergency vet took one look and gave her the speech, compound fracture, infection. Already setting in, surgery would be $3,000 minimum. Kaylee laughed until she cried. She had a minimum wage job at a coffee shop that barely covered rent. The vet softened a little. "We can amputate for less, or we can put him down for free." Kaylee looked at Soldier on the steel table. His tail thumped once. She heard herself say, "Give me 24 hours. She didn't know why she said it. She had nothing, no plan. No savings. Just a broken dog who had already been thrown away once. That night she posted on every local Facebook group she could find. "Rescued this boy today for $5. He's injured bad. I'm nobody special and I'm flat broke, but I can't let him die. Anything helps." She attached the saddest photo you've ever seen, Soldier lying on her bathroom floor, tongue out, eyes begging. She fell asleep on the tile next to him because she was terrified he'd stop breathing if she left the room. At 3:17 a.m. her phone started blowing up. $10 here, 20 there. A GoFundMe link someone made for her hit $1,000 by sunrise. Strangers were sharing her post like wildfire. A local news station picked it up. By noon the next day they were at $6,000 and climbing. Kaylee sat on the floor bawling while Soldier licked the tears off her cheeks like he was saying thank you. Surgery happened 2 days later. They saved the leg pins, plates, the whole deal. Recovery was brutal. Soldier screamed when he tried to stand the first time. Kaylee slept on the couch for 6 weeks so he could have the bed. She spoon-fed him when he wouldn't eat, carried him outside to potty like he was a 90-pound baby, whispered to him every night that he was safe now, that nobody would ever hurt him again. And slowly, inch by inch, Soldier started to trust the world again. His coat came back thick and shiny. The limp faded until it was barely noticeable. He followed her everywhere, pressed against her leg like he was glued there. 4 months later, Kaylee was walking him at dusk in the park near her apartment. It was the first time she'd let him off leash in public. He'd earned it. She was laughing because he was chasing leaves like a giant puppy when she heard a child scream. She whipped around. A toddler had wandered away from his mom and was standing in the middle of the walking path while a pit bull mix muscle on muscle, no collar, eyes locked, came charging straight at the little boy. People froze. Someone yelled. The mom was 20 yards away, running but too far. Kaylee's heart stopped, and then Soldier moved. He shot past her like a bullet. No hesitation. He didn't bark, didn't slow down. He slammed into the charging dog at full speed. Shoulder checked it so hard both dogs rolled. The pit bull came up snarling, teeth flashing, and Soldier met him head-on. It was chaos, growls, fur flying, people shouting. Kaylee was screaming Soldier's name, running toward them, positive she was about to watch her dog die for the second time. But Soldier fought like something possessed. He locked onto the other dog's neck, used his size, drove him down, pinned him until the pit bull yelped and went limp in submission. Only then did Soldier let go. He stood over the surrendered dog, hackles raised, daring it to move. Animal control arrived minutes later. The little boy was completely untouched. The mom collapsed, hugging her son, then ran to Kaylee and wrapped her in a hug so tight neither of them could breathe. Through sobs, she kept saying, "He saved my baby. Your dog saved my baby." Someone filmed the whole thing on their phone. By the next morning, the video was everywhere, local news, then national, then viral across the planet. Headlines screamed, Hero dog who was bought for $5 saves toddler from vicious attack. Soldier's original gas station photo next to his new healthy, heroic self broke the internet. The GoFundMe that had already closed exploded again. People sent $100,000 in 48 hours. Companies offered lifetime dog food, custom prosthetics he never even needed, movie deals, you name it. But the moment the destroyed Kaylee happened later that night, the news trucks were finally gone. She and Soldier were alone in the living room. She knelt in front of him, buried her face in his neck, and whispered, "You didn't have to do that. You could have been killed again." Soldier pulled back, looked her dead in the eyes, and very deliberately placed one huge paw on her chest, right over her heart, like he was saying, "You saved me first, Kaylee lost it." She cried harder than the day she found him, because in that second she understood the $5 wasn't what she paid for a dog. It was what she paid to remember she still had a heart capable of loving something bigger than her pain. Soldier lived another 11 years. He never left her side. And every time life tried to knock Kaylee down again, and it did more than once, she'd look at that scar on his leg, feel that heavy paw on her knee, and remember the day a thrown-away dog decided a thrown-away girl was worth fighting for. That, my friends, is the real story behind the dog who cost $5 and paid back the world 1,000,000 times over. So tell me in the comments where in the country are you watching this from right now? Drop your city or state down below. Let's see how far this story is traveling tonight. I read every single one. See you in the next one.